Hey, hey, hey. What's up, everybody? I'm just going to wait for people to start hopping on, so we'll just wait a little bit while I sip on some coffee, because this is going to be a topic that I might not want to eat after. Hey, Amber. Hi, Megs. I'm sipping on some coffee. Gina, you and I got to talk. I'm super jealous. Like, you took an amazing trip. I want to hear all about it, so I'm going to call you. Hi, Annette. Notice the poop on my head? Mm-hmm. I wanted to have some fun with this disgusting topic. Cheers, girl. I'm trying this keto thing. It sucks. Hi, Teresa. I've been singing this song all day. What's the scoop on the poop? We're going to talk about it. What's the scoop on the poop? Hey, Blake. Hi, Susan. Hey, Steph. Hi, Jennifer. Don't you love this hat? I had to make this. Shit's about to go down for real. Sorry, I couldn't resist. This is such a disgusting topic, but we have to talk about it. It's super important. Hi, Savannah. Thanks for coming. Hi, Julie. I was just singing a song. Hi, Elaine. What's the scoop on the poop? We're going to talk about it. What's the scoop on the poop? We're going to talk about it. Hi, Aubrey. All right, let's start on some stuff. So, tonight's topic is, what's the scoop on the poop? So, oh, thank you, Julie. It's a bubble wand. I put it on my Facebook on my page. Hey, Cassie. Oh, it is an amazing song, right? What's the scoop on the poop? We're going to talk about it. Oh, let me stop. Okay, so what's the scoop on the poop? I think that, hey, Chris, I think that some of the stuff that people don't realize is just like with people. Like when we have upset tummies or dogs get upset tummies, it's a real telltale. But there are times where you might not feel good and you have tummy cramps, but maybe your poop is normal, right? So it's kind of the same with dogs. So we're going to talk about some of the bugs that's in the poop. And I do have shit on my head. I've been called that before too. So, okay. Yeah, you guys are going to be singing What's the Scoop on the Poop tomorrow. It's going to be stuck in your head, I promise. You guys are going to thank me for that tomorrow. Okay, so fecal matter is a really big deal, and it's a real important thing, a real part of your caretaking of your dog. So one of the things that I recommend if you've never, ever had it done, especially if you're somebody that's never wormed their dog on a regular basis, and I'm going to show you how to do that, talk about all that tonight, get a fecal test done. It can't hurt. And you can call around to different vets' offices if you don't already have a regular vet. Just call them and ask them how much it is to do a fecal test. It's really, really important because it's going to tell you a lot about your dog, because some of the bugs that are in the poop, you actually can't tell and you can't see. So tonight, we're actually going to talk about tapeworm, whipworm, roundworm, and hookworm, which are kind of the four most common. But I'm going to go, before we start on those, I'm going to talk to you about Giardia and Coccidia. Giardia and Coccidia are two of the most common things that I've dealt with in puppies. Giardia is something that people get. It's unlikely that puppies are going to pass it to humans. A lot of people worry about that, but you've all heard about don't drink the water in Mexico, or you just have to. Giardia is a real deal thing for human beings. Puppies get it too. Often they have diarrhea, they're throwing up, and sometimes they have it and there's absolutely no signs. of it at all. So the way with Giardia, it's best to go to the vet. They'll treat it with a prescription med, and it's the best thing to actually do. Hey, Leisha. It's the best thing to do is to really, at least at some point, get a fecal test, because Giardia is something that is really common in wet states. I know Washington State is notorious for it. And hey, Sarah, I've actually had puppies go home and end up, even though they tested negative, show up with Giardia later on. So it's just something, if you've never done a fecal test, let's just start there. Do a fecal test on your dog. It's well worth the money. It's not that expensive. Just do it. Hi, Candace. Just do it once. At some point, if you've never done it, just get a fecal test. I think it'll, you just never know. So there are some things that you need prescriptions for. So let's start there. Like if you've never done a fecal test, just do it. Just figure it out, save up a little bit of money, call, find out how much it is, and just get it done. It's a really good thing. So Giardia, again, is something that dogs can pass on through the fecal matter, and it's a real pain in the butt, for real. It's just not something that just goes away on its own. You want to treat for it. So, and then coccidia is another one that the moms and the puppies pass through one another. The moms and the puppies can pass on the Giardia because the moms clean the babies poop, the mom eats it, and it's a cycle, right? So those two, coccidia, Giardia, are really common. They're really, really common in puppies. But Giardia is pretty common in the dog world across the board. Wet states seem to have a lot more issues with it. If you go to dog parks, they can just sniff a piece of fecal matter, a micro piece of fecal matter, and get Giardia. So again, do your fecal testing if you haven't done it. Another thing, back to breeders, if you get a puppy that comes home and ends up having Giardia or coccidia, please don't freak out. It does not mean the dog was raised in a bad environment. It does not mean the dog was not taken care of. It does not. Just get the medicine and relax. Like sometimes, because I think there's a lack of knowledge for our families. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Christine. Hi, Denise. Mwah! And so just don't flip out. Years ago, I'm going to tell you a real quick story. I had a puppy that went home, and this lady flipped out at me. About the Giardia, right? And my dog, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, relax. Like, it's a bug. We can take care of it. It's not a big deal, right? Like, just chill out. So breeders get bad names for that. Now, I'm not saying that all breeders, are great. I'm not saying that. But if you get coccidia or Giardia, just let your vet take care of it. Handle it. You're good to go. But if this goes back to fecal testing when you get your puppy, that was in one of my first videos. So make sure the breeder's doing a fecal test before you bring your puppy home so you know you don't have it. If they have not done it, then yes, check the poop, Denise. That's right. So if they have not done it, make sure you do a fecal test right in the beginning when you bring your puppy home. I spoke to a lady just via Messenger today. I actually had sent her a friend request. I believe she said she was in Missouri or Mississippi. I don't want to tell a story, but her dog was a year old, and I don't know if she got it as a puppy or she rescued it. I can't really remember, but long story short, her dog was loaded with worms, and they just lost their dog. And like she said, had she known that there was ways to treat for worms, or there was something that she could have done about it, or to get a fecal test, it could have saved the life of her dog. So realistically, Candace, I don't know. If they did on your first visit, then they would have record of that. If they didn't, then you absolutely, hey B, then they absolutely, I'm laughing because my little sister just got on here, Brianna, and I know what she's thinking of this thing on my head right now. Sorry, guys. Anyway, long story short, yeah, so the fecal testing, just check. If you're not sure if it was on their first visit or not, call and check and see. You travel a lot, Candace, so I would probably, I don't know. I think I would probably just do one every once in a while just because you travel so much. So, okay, let's get down to it. So we just talked about Giardia and coccidia. Those are two of the most common in puppies. Giardia is pretty common in the dog world. If you haven't done a fecal test, let's start there. I want everybody who has not done a fecal test. Hi, Allie. If you haven't done a fecal test in a long while, I want you to get one. If you're out in my area, call VCA 253-531-0454. Ask for Denise and she will get you set up. If you don't have a vet that's out here, my vets are amazing at taking people in, and it's a good place to start. But it's VCA Parkway Animal Hospital. So if you haven't done any fecal testing and you're local to me and you need to get it done, give Denise a call. Again, that's 253-531-0454. And then we are going to move on to worming. So 4 of the most common worms are tapeworm, hookworms, roundworms, and whipworms. Puppies are often born with roundworm. Hi, Kim. Hi, Alicia. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. Anyway, so they're the 4 common ones, and you can treat them yourself. So that's kind of a good thing. If you see them, you can treat for them. So I'm going to give you an example. We're going to start with tapeworm. And the reason I'm going to start with tapeworm is because I ended up running up to my vet's office like a crazy person the other day talking about my dog's got tapeworm. My dogs are religiously on medicine. Religiously. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Kim. My vets can attest to that. Like, they should just have a room in the back for me because I'm a crazy person and should just live up there. But anyhow, I had tapeworm. Boo, who's one of my Shih Tzus, that's about 1.5 years right now. Anyway, she, God love her, took a poop, and I was like, what's that in the poop? What is going on? Because the only way you can get, hi Elizabeth, the only way that you can get tapeworm is from a flea. So I'm freaking out, can't find any fleas, but at some point she had to have ingested one. Now my dogs do come up to my grooming shop, and I've got a very, very, very strict policy about dogs that come in with fleas. Mandatory flea bath. I don't care if there's one flea, you're paying for a flea bath, because I don't want to take those hitchhikers home because I hate fleas. So I'm allergic to them if I get bit. My kids, John was allergic to them, and I know Winnie can't tolerate fleas. So that's my English bulldog. She can't tolerate them. So we're pretty good about keeping everybody on Revolution. And I'm going to get to that too. But so anyways, back to Boo. She had tapeworm. And I'm like, are you joking me? So I ran up there. Hi, Ida. So I went up there to go get tapeworm medicine because I knew what tapeworm looked like. So tapeworm, it's a different type of tapeworm that lives in dogs than lives in humans, right? So if you think of tapeworm that lives in humans, it literally will starve you to death, right? It's disgusting, and they actually starve them out of you a lot of times, but you can't eat, and then the tapeworm will come out. Hi, Diana. Hey, Marissa. And so when I found the tapeworm, I knew what it looked like. So example number 1. I made some poop for y'all. Thank me later. Okay. It looks like poop too. This is what tapeworm kind of looks like. And I even put some rice in there because sometimes they'll be flat and kind of translucent looking. Hi, Sarah. So, and I put, some of them are really white, and then some of them kind of look flat and translucent. That's because it breaks off. So the tapeworm inside the dog, it breaks off inside, but it treats them different than like the tapeworm in people. And you can't get it from your dog. It's a different type of tapeworm. So yeah, what's the scoop on that poop? That would be tapeworm. So gross. I had to tell the guy at Hobby Lobby that I needed to make poop. I had to make poop, really? I was like, I really love y'all, and I'm doing this because I love y'all. So yeah, there's our poop. But that's what it looks like. So I want you to get a really good visual. If you're on your phone, snapshot it. So that's poop. That's what it looks like. Brianna, be quiet. So yeah, that's tapeworm. So the only way a dog can get tapeworm is ingesting a flea. So Boo at some point has ingested a flea. So even if you're on flea meds and you have no fleas and you can't see a flea, they can go out in, hey Christy, they can go out in the yard if there's fleas. Even people say, I've never had fleas before, you can still get tapeworm. So what you can do is, if you have tapeworm, go to your vet's office, tell them you have tapeworm. Hi, Shelly. And even if you don't, again, if you haven't done a fecal, do a fecal test. But tapeworm, you can see it. I mean, realistically, bring in a piece and show it to them, and they should give you, Hey, Sharitha. Even they should give you, I'm going to show you, Sharitha. Hold on. That's tapeworm. That's what tapeworm looks like in the poop. It's like little pieces of rice. Shelly, if you just signed on, that's what it looks like. Okay? And we'll go over it again at the end. I'll show it again. So with tapeworm, you can just bring a piece in, and most vet's offices should work with you. But if you know it's tapeworm and it looks like tiny little pieces of rice, here's the thing. Go to your vet's office and or go to Tractor Supply, if you have a Tractor Supply or a farm place, Petco, PetSmart. All of them have stuff for tapeworm. Live long enough, Shelly, in the dog world. Eventually, you probably will. Sorry. But, so they can only get tapeworm from a flea. This is the medicine that I actually got. And I got it at Tractor Supply. So if you look at that, tapeworm dewormer. And on the back, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name. You can always Google tapeworm dewormer. You can go to the Tractor Supply. I have a dog. I need tapeworm dewormer. So on the back, it talks about body weight. 5 pounds and under, half a tablet. 6 to 10 pounds, 1 tablet. 11 to 15 pounds, 1.5 tablets, and onward. So on the back, it has all the, I know you guys can't see it, but it has all the amount that you need. And it's really one treatment, and it gets rid of it. One treatment gets rid of it, and you're good to go. So, okay, my poop is moving. My poop is moving. That didn't sound good. Anyway, so that's tapeworm, and that will treat it. Treat it, okay? Hey, Trish! I just have to give a big shout out to Trish, you guys. I know this is about talking about poop and stuff. Trish, we love you and we support you, and we know that you're going to get to see your grandkids. So anyways, Trish has a big blog going about her and her grandkids and whatnot. And anybody that wants to find out more about it can message me privately. But please pray for Trish Clark and her family. And we know that stuff is going to happen. I pray for you every day, Trish, and I love you. So tell your husband the same. Hey, Laura. So, okay, tapeworm, right? Tapeworm medicine. If you see this rice in your dog's poop, tapeworm medicine. You only can get tapeworm from ingesting a flea. You don't have to have fleas. Your dog can be on flea meds, but if they eat a flea, they swallow a flea, they get it up their nose, whatever, you could have tapeworm. Hey, Shasta. So, okay, got it? What's the scoop on the poop? I'm gonna tell ya. Okay, tapeworm, out the way. The next one we're gonna do, very common in puppies, roundworm. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. So gross. Long spaghetti looking stuff. Long spaghetti. Hey, Jess. Long spaghetti. You see it? That's what it's going to look like. Long, squirrely spaghetti. They're pretty much all one length. Long spaghetti. That's what it's going to look like, okay? That is roundworm. That's what the poop is going to look like. Long, squirrely, yucky spaghetti. Bleh. Hate it. Puppies get it too. As soon as I worm them, gross. And I do my worming at 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, sometimes 10 weeks. But I'm super thorough on worming my puppies before they go home, right? So that's super important. So if your dog's only been wormed once by the breeder that you get your puppy home from, do a fecal test because the eggs can grow and then you have, hey Kirsten, then you have this. Roundworm. It's so gross. Like, I don't know why roundworm is the worst thing. I can deal with the tapeworm. This, every time I worm the puppies, I'm like, I hate it. I don't know why, but it, okay, so anyways, roundworm. That's what it looks like. The way we're going to get rid of the roundworm, there's a product called, this is the name of the medicine. I don't know if you guys can see that. Fenbendazole, okay? That is the name. You're gagging. Fenbendazole. Remember, I'm learning, oh, it's in my poop. I'm learning how to do live, so if this is backwards, I'm super sorry. I don't know, maybe I should have written it the other way. But anyways, it's fenbendazole. That is the name of the medicine, okay? It's branded by different names, which is super weird. It's over the counter to treat roundworm. It's over the counter. But what's really weird about it is it's branded for different animals. And I'm going to show you. So remember this name. Write it down. Or screenshot this. Fenbendazole is the name of the medicine. The brand name that we use to worm is either Safeguard or Panacur, which is so weird, right? So let's start. Remember, fenbendazole is the medicine. Now, when I buy my big, 1,000 mils of this stuff, you're going to see a big cow on there. You would think this is cow wormer. And you see the word Safeguard. But the name of the medicine is fenbendazole. What? You can get this at Tractor Supply online. You guys wouldn't need this. I mean, I do my dogs on a regular basis. And I worm all my puppies. So I always get the big one. But look at that. So fenbendazole, you see it? Fenbendazole, Safeguard, branded for cows. Now let me really freak you out. Doo-doo. Safeguard for goats. Same medicine. Big jar, little jar. I would suggest everybody have a bottle of this at home. I like liquid better than the powder I'm going to show you. But I love this stuff. And I'm going to tell you what I use. You can ask your vet. You can actually call the vet and ask them, hey, what is the dosage you would recommend that I give? I'm just going to tell you what I do with my dogs. So I do 1 cc per 5 pounds. I love you too, Trish. Hey, Jan. I do 1 cc per 5 pounds, but I start at 2 weeks. But look at that. Safeguard for cows, Safeguard for goats, 1 little bottle, 1 big bottle. Fenbendazole, same medicine, right? Now let me really make it weird for you. Safeguard for dogs. And guess what the medicine is? Yeah, right, Ann? It's for goats. It's the weirdest thing. But it's not for, they brand it for that. But for the cows, it's the same medicine, just branded for different stuff. This is the same stuff, but it's in a package form, a powder form, I'm sorry. And again, it's fenbendazole. See, right at the top, fenbendazole. Same thing, same potency, same amount of treatment. It's super weird, but this one's for dogs. But it's all Safeguard. It's all Safeguard. Now, the brand name, okay, there's another brand name instead of Safeguard. Branding is the name. Fenbendazole is the medicine. Panacur. Panacur, Safeguard. Panacur, Safeguard. What is the name of the medicine? Fenbendazole. So there's different options. I have the big one because, of course, I have the dogs. But every once in a while, I'll grab a little one for a client or something, or I just keep one up here or something. Anyways, at my shop. But anyways, this is something I think everybody should have on their shelf. I think it's easier. The dogs hate it. I don't care what anybody says. That powder one, I'm not a really big fan of because you got to mix it in their food, whatever. This, I pull it up in a syringe, squirt it in their mouth, over and done. They may not like it. Get over it. It's like kid with medicine. They're fine. Doesn't hurt them. And so, fenbendazole, that's what we use for roundworm. The great thing about roundworm, and this was what roundworm looked like. Remember, spaghetti's in the poop. The great thing about what Safeguard does is it actually treats roundworm, whipworm, hookworm. It says it treats tapeworm. I'm not sure about that because I ended up getting tapeworm, but I also haven't wormed her for a while. I would stick with the tapeworm meds. That's just, I just think the tapeworm meds are just specifically for that, and they work. I have not dealt with tapeworm before, but like I said, all they have to do is ingest a flea. So this is my favorite go-to. It's like I said, it's for goats, but the medicine is what? Fenbendazole for goats, but it's not. It's for dogs. So it's just branded differently, right? Or you might see the Panacur. You can get this stuff at Petco, PetSmart, Walmart, Amazon, and you order it for the size of your dog. When you're using these, it tells you by weight. With the liquid fenbendazole, which is Safeguard, branded Safeguard for the goats or the cows, whatever one. It's the exact same medicine. Why they brand it differently, I don't know. But anyways, for my dogs, I do 1 cc, 1 oral cc per 5 pounds. So if you have a 10-pound dog, 2 cc's. It's a really good wormer. I do my dogs religiously every 3 months. Sometimes every 2 months. But my mama dogs get wormed when they're nursing and having puppies and stuff. And then when they're done, and all the babies are gone, I worm them again. So, hey, Lena. And, hey, Sue. Hey, Susan. Hey, Brianne. So that's the wormer that's my go-to. So even though it says Safeguard for goats, it is for dogs. And it's a really good wormer to have on hand. You can get it at any Tractor Supply. You can order it in Tractor Supply. You can you can order it online. It's a non-prescription medicine. Yes, that's my poop hat, girl. I was singing earlier for those that missed it. What's the scoop on the poop? I'm gonna tell you. What's the scoop on the poop? We're gonna talk about it. Don't get me started. Anyways, I'm telling you that song. You guys are gonna be singing it tomorrow. Thinking about me. All right, so recap a little bit. Tapeworm medicine. That's what tapeworm looks like. I know we got people coming on and on. So tapeworm, roundworm, looks like spaghetti. Fenbendazole. Anybody that joined late, you can always watch the recap. Okay. So I'm going to go back to fleas just for a second. One of the things in prevention of fleas is what I use. So I really, really recommend it. I stay on Revolution. Yeah, you can do grizzly. Yeah, we're going to talk about poop eating too. So, all right. So this is what I use. It's called Revolution. I don't argue with what people's vets say to use. I have used this. I can use it on my pregnant moms. I can use it on my 6-week-old puppies. It is a really great treatment, but it also acts as a dewormer for roundworm too. So I think that I love Revolution. I know there's so many oral pills now for fleas and stuff. I've got opinions that I'm not going to share about that. I stick to Revolution. I am a Revolution chick. If you guys are with VCA, Paradigm is the same as Revolution. It's the same medicine. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But the medicine I use for fleas, it is a topical. It is called, oh, my finger's in the way. Sorry. Revolution. You're welcome, Shelly. Revolution. Paradigm is VCA. Okay, so, but I'm religious about this stuff. And you can get it for the size of your dog. It tells you the weight, you put it on, and actually it does ear mites, it does hookworm, roundworm. I think it does all of them, but I would still do the liquid. I wouldn't depend on this. I still deworm. I don't depend on this, but this is amazing for fleas. I have had flea infestations at my shop where people, I mean, not the shop itself, but people come in with fleas. My dog's can be up there and no fleas. I love Revolution. I swear by it. It's a really great thing. So the other reason that I use Revolution or Paradigm on my dogs is because actually it's a heartworm medicine as well. We don't really see a lot of heartworm out here. We do have it because dogs come from other states and stuff. But my experience with heartworm is very limited in that we don't have a lot of heartworm out here. But that actually is a preventative. Oh, that's great. Yeah, 1-800-MEDS. I remember too, Elaine, your vet tried to put them on something else, and you're like, absolutely not. I'm staying on Revolution. So one of the things is our puppies go all over the country. So one of the reasons I use Revolution is they're protected against heartworm, and I don't have to stick them with a pill. So, but heartworm, Okay. There's another heartworm medicine that you can get if you're not using Revolution is HeartGuard. And I'm not sure if there's any other, but some people might be familiar with HeartGuard. You get that from your vet. So, hey, Denise. But that's HeartGuard. So, heartworm comes from a mosquito. So, if my poopy's moving again. If your dog gets bit by an infected mosquito and there's really no way to tell if mosquitoes are infected and whatnot, it can be dangerous. That's why you want to keep your dogs on heartworm medicine. But this is what it looks like. That's what a heartworm infestation looks like. So, yeah, we're going to talk about trifexas too. But, so, yeah. So, heartworm medicine is really important. Mine comes in, the dogs are protected with Revolution. But if you're not on Revolution, make sure your dog is on some kind of heartworm medicine. That's really, really important because it can kill your dog. They get in there, but you can only get heartworm from an infected mosquito. So we don't have, hey, Amanda, we don't have it a whole lot. We don't see it a whole lot out here, but my dogs are protected and my puppies are protected. So that's really important information. So again, for fleas and protection for heartworm, I use Revolution. Or Paradigm is VCA's, brand. Again, it's the branding. And Revolution is what I use. Let's go to the next one. And that is going to be hookworm. Hookworm. You see that? It's got a little hook in it. And it gets into the intestines on the wall. And it just hooks and hooks. But you can't see it. See that? It's got a hook and it hooks right into the intestinal walls. I had a puppy one time that actually, we don't know how it happened or what happened, but he went anemic and we think it was from hookworm or something. There was some kind of worming that made him, so I got into this and I started worming the heck out of him. But so again, back to the dewormers, they all do roundworm, hookworm, whipworm, and tapeworm. But tapeworm, I kind of like to stay with just the one tapeworm medicine. And then there is whipworm. And hookworm you can't see. I couldn't make a piece of poop for you guys. I couldn't make the poop because you can't see it. So again, why? If you haven't done a fecal test, do one. It's not going to hurt, right? Because some of these parasites you can't see. You can see the tapeworm. You can see the roundworm. But you can't see hookworm. You can't see heartworm. You can't see, heartworm's a little bit different because it's not a fecal matter. And then there's whipworm. And the reason they call it whipworm is it's like a horse whip almost. You see how it's long? But you won't see that. That would be in the intestinal tract. So hey Nicole. So you want to, especially for hookworm and whipworm, you either want to make sure you're doing, I do it for 3 days, 1 cc per 5 pounds of the fendibendazole, which is the Safeguard. Or you can get the Safeguard and sprinkle it on their food. Or you can get or you can get the panacur and put it on their food. And it will take care of hookworm, roundworm, and whipworm. If you haven't wormed your dog ever, then I would do it for 5 days. That's just my opinion. I'm not a vet. I'm not telling you what to do. If it was my dog and I've never wormed my dog, let me say it like that. If it was my dog and I've never wormed my dog, I would do it for 5 days. But that's just me. Hey, Dana. So those are the worming things that are super, super important to know about, the poop and stuff. I mean, it's so important because fecal matter tells us so much about our dogs, right? And I just can't stress enough how important it is to get your dog's fecal testing. Every puppy I send home, I always say this, has a fecal test done. Coccidia shows up sometimes. I buy the medicine, send them home, it's good to go. Haven't had a lot of Giardia, but I mean, I've had it in the past for sure. That's definitely a medicine that needs to be handled by the vet. So, so the whole deal with poop and dogs is super, super important. It's not, there's a lot that goes on and tells you a lot. So the next thing we're going to talk about, which is a really big topic in the dog world, is why does my dog eat its poop? Why does my dog eat cat poop? We call cat poop kitty roca. So gross. Most of the time it's not a deficiency, it's a dog thing. What I have noticed is that puppies, good. What I've noticed about puppies when they're first born. So let's start from the very newborn puppy. Puppies can't pee and poop on their own. No problem, Shelly. So I would worm. I do it every 3 months. And it's 1 cc per 5 pounds. Or you can buy the Safeguard, which is Walmart, anywhere, to Safeguard for the size of your dog. And you just sprinkle it on their food and it's for 3 days. It absolutely shows. And panacur is the same thing. Let me show you again. Hold on. Hey, and if you guys have any questions during the thing, I'm good to go. I can talk about it. So, where's my panacur one? There it is. Okay, so Safeguard, panacur. Those are the powder form. It's fendibendazole, but you can buy it by the weight of your dog. If you're getting the Safeguard liquid that's made for goats, but it's still fendibendazole, then it's 1 cc per 5 pounds of dog is what I treat for. Some people use 1.25. It's a very safe medicine. And it's over the counter. 1 cc per 5 pounds. And if you've never wormed before, do it for 3 days. Hey, Kathleen. Oh, hey, Catherine. I'm sorry. Okay, this poop. Okay, there we go. All right, remember the name. Fendibendazole, brand name, panacur, Safeguard. Nope, it's good, not toxic. But I'm really glad that you said that because I'm going to get around to toxicities. But we're talking about eating the poop. So eating the poop. Babies start off where they can't pee and poop on their own. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of times people think that the moms are just actually cleaning the babies. They are, but they're also stimulating them to pee and poop. They can't do it on their own. So as they grow, and this is how they do it in the wild too, the moms continue to clean up after them. So even when they're getting up and pooping, the moms clean up after them. Of course, we try to get the poop, but if we're not there, the moms just eat it. It's gross, it's whatever, but it's just, it's natural, right? So, but our humanness gets super grossed out by it. And don't get me wrong, I'm like, ugh, like I hate when my dogs eat poop. They do. And it's kind of one of those things that not all dogs do it. Not all of my dogs do it, but I've got some that'll clean up the whole backyard if I would allow it. So those ones, I don't let them go out by themselves. I have to be there with them when they go to the bathroom and I pick it up. And those type of dogs are best trained, crate trained. If you're having poopy issues where they're eating it, you've got to prevent them. So as they get older, they'll hold it long enough to go outside to go to the bathroom, and then you can just pick it up. It's just one of those things that you have to train them not to. There's another training tool that you can use is called Leave It. So as soon as you say leave it, the problem is if you allow them to continue to use the potty pads and they know they can just go on the potty pad when you're not there, they're probably going to still eat it. It's a really, really hard habit to break. It's not an easy habit to break. Some dogs just outgrow it. It's just a puppy thing, but it's a real learned behavior from their moms. Oh, that's a really good thought. Okay. Yeah, she just needs to get cleaned out. I know a lot of dogs that get diarrhea and they are better with once they've been wormed too. But I think that it's a learned behavior, so you've got to untrain it. Now, I actually just watched a really interesting video the other day about eating poop because we all struggle with it. Listen, the grossest thing you'll ever see is a Great Dane turning around and doing it. Those are landmines, people. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now, that's like, puppies are Tootsie Rolls. I don't like it and I get mad about it, but it's like, they're munching, but try a Great Dane. So I try to justify it that way when my guys do it. But so I watched this video and it was pretty interesting. It was on YouTube. If I can find it again, I'll post it. Sharitha, you're so funny. If I can find it again, I'll post it. And what she did is she put her dogs on all natural something, or it might have been the raw diet. I'm not sure, but I think it might have been. I don't want to speak to that, but I watched it, and she said that changing that and using an enzyme of some sort, just her dog stopped doing it. And then she does also talk about behavioral. So I don't necessarily think it's that dogs are necessarily missing anything in their diet. I think a lot of times it's behavioral, and you just can't let them do it, and you can't get to it, and so you just have to stay on top of them. Like I said, I'm a big believer in crate training, because it's a good thing. They're dogs and they're canine and they are den animals. We try to change that. We feel bad because they're in the crate. We feel horrible about it, but we really kind of mess them up a little bit upstairs because they're a canine. They're not human. And they're a den animal by nature. So they don't want to poop and pee where they sleep as they get older, especially. So that allows me to take them outside. And I know if they eat poop or not, believe me. I totally, absolutely know when they eat poop because you can smell it on their face. So the ones that I know I've caught, they just don't get to go outside by themselves. We just have to stay on top of them. And it's a little bit more stressful, but eventually they kind of outgrow it. Now one of my dogs, broke her of it, no problem, just walked her, took her out, whatever. And then after she started having puppies, she started eating her poop again. And I'm like, So my mom sometimes get a little bit confused, but I really think it's something behavioral. I really do. I think it's something they learn. And I hate to even say this, but it's like, get over it. It's a dog thing. Like I know it's gross, and I know that it's difficult to deal with, and I know it's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is, kind of a thing. And I don't know. If you don't want them, crate train them, keep them away from it. As far as the litter box goes, what I would do is get, I actually heard a really great idea from somebody. They said, get a really tall litter box because cats can hop up in it, or get one of those self-contained litter boxes, but they can hop up in it, right? And the dog can't get in there. So that's an idea I thought was brilliant. And I don't know why dogs like cat poop, but that's like an old tradition almost, that if you let your dog get to cat poop, they will just go to town. They call it kitty roca. Gross. So those are kind of the things that, so eating poop is just a dog thing. That's just my answer. I know it's so blank, and that's people are just wanting to find this and that and the other thing. I think it's a dog thing. I really think it's a dog thing. I've heard people try pumpkin. I've heard them try hot sauce. I've heard them try, hey, Jonathan. I've heard them try all kinds of stuff that they put on the poop to try to get the dog to stop eating it. Just keep your dog away from the poop. Just train him, walk him. Take him outside, make sure he poops. And if he does it, don't freak out over it. Just stay calm and carry on. Don't feed into that like excitement, because sometimes excitement, dogs think that there's kind of, I've heard about pineapple too. I have meat tenderizers. I mean, there's Forbid. I've tried, there's a product Forbid. There was this one product that I purchased that had some hot sauce or some cayenne pepper in it. But, I'm just thinking that what that felt like coming out. Like, I just like, hot hole. Like, I just felt bad I couldn't give it to them. So the other thing about flea meds that I do want to talk about, and I want you guys to be really, really clear about this. There's a lot of homeopathic that people use. Hang on one sec, Lena. Garlic can be really, really dangerous. And they say, when the garlic starts coming out of their skin, the fleas don't like it. It can actually send your dog into a neurological tether. The same with tea tree oil. A lot of this homeopathic stuff, you have to be really, really, really careful with. I'm not saying that all natural there's anything wrong with it. I believe in all natural vets, and I believe in vets, just like I believe in homeopathic doctors and I believe in medical doctors. I think that there's a balance, but we have to really, really, really be careful, right? But garlic is on the list of stuff that's not good for your dog. Chives, onions, all of that stuff. So really make sure when you're reading ingredients, if you're using, they just pulled a whole bunch of stuff. There was I think it was called Homeo something for dogs, and it was in Petco. I think they just pulled it off the shelf, but they had garlic in it that was affecting dogs. So don't mess around. When it comes to flea medicines, talk to your vet. Trifexis. So I'm going to give you a story. Trifexis has been known to send dogs into a tilt state, seizures, whatever. And actually, one of our Shorkies had a horrible seizure on it when she was given it within 24 hours and had been on it for a year. But there's a certain amount of toxicity that builds up in the liver, I believe, is what causes the problem. That's just my personal opinion. Not bad-mouthing Trifexis. I just don't allow any of my Shorkies or people that adopt our puppies to be on it, or your warranty's totally voided because of that. And I've seen and I know what it does. So stay off Trifexis. There's a lot of great flea meds out there. Have good conversations with your vets about it. So with Revolution, I wouldn't trust it for ticks. If you're out in the woods, if you're out in an area, if you go camping and you have ticks and all that kind of stuff, you really, really want to make sure you're using a medicine from your vet that they recommend for ticks as well. So I don't deal with ticks, so I don't have a lot of tick information, but your vet will. I mean, I think that's a really important thing to talk to them about ticks. A lot of these medicines do fleas and ticks. So talk to your vet about that. I don't have a tick problem. I'm not a camping type of chick. Just for the record, lions and tigers and bears, no, Steffi's not going camping. Not interested. I'll go fishing, but my ass is going home at the end of the day. You understand what I'm trying to say? No, I'm not going camping. So no ticks for me, but the dogs are not going with me anyway. So anyhow, I'm just letting you all know, if you have to worry about ticks, talk to them about that. And you can get kind of a, let me go back to you, Lena, because I'm going to miss your question here. It was, what do you recommend something in... Oh, good day. Okay, poop is coming off for a minute. Thing for their breath. Yes, there's actually a thing for their breath that you can get. Water. Go to the pet store and look. I don't know the name of it, but it's like an aqua. It's called aqua something, and you put it in their water, and it actually is good for their breath and their teeth. And you can actually get after they eat that horrible smell from the mouth area. So, you can get puppy wipes that have a scent to them, and you can get oral spray. There's an oral spray you can get. It's just look it up online. Amazon has it. Just puppy breath spray. But yes, they should start that, right? You know how they have that stuff where you spray it in the toilet for when you have to go poop, so you don't offend people? That's like the coolest stuff ever. My sons could have used that. They used to blow up the house. Anyhow, they should get that, right? Like potty mouth. We should make a product. We should all get together and invest and make a potty mouth product for dogs that eat poop. That would be really good. Can you post the names of those horrible products on your page? Also, it'll be nice so I can screenshot it. I don't know the name of the products, but can you post the names of the... Oh, yeah, just as long as it doesn't have garlic in it. Poop spray for the mouth. That's something right there. I'm missing my hat now. Hold on. This just doesn't seem right. Okay. There we go. All right. The poop queen is back. But I think that there's definitely breath sprays that you can get. And you know what? I want to say that. So whatever your breeder uses, talk to them about it. Make sure whatever they're using, keep them on it. I have a lot of people that get off of Revolution, and I'm not sure why, but maybe it's because it doesn't do ticks and they need fleas. So then they have to find something for heartworm. It's just a lot of medicine that a lot of dogs have to take. I like the fact that Revolution does it all, but it does not. I wouldn't trust it for ticks. And I actually just talked to Dr. Jagger about that, and she said she wouldn't trust it for ticks either. So if you're going camping, if you're going to be out in the woods and you're going to do all that kind of stuff, then no. So the next thing, and I know that I had talked to Susan about this. Susan DeLue had talked to me about oral hygiene and brushing teeth and stuff. So a lot of dogs hate it, right? And if anybody tuned in to the grooming that I did, just kind of showing them how to do stuff, I'm going to be like horribly, horribly blunt with everybody. And I'm like this with my clients at my shop. And I don't ever mean to be. It's just that there's just kind of sometimes not only one way to say stuff, right? If your dog doesn't like their teeth brushed, do it more, do it often, and make them get over it. It's work. It's kind of one of those things that, and I was like that with my kids. Like, you don't like it, I don't care. We're doing it. It's just like holding them by the chin is the best thing you'll ever do because it's a handle. And you just get in there, you know. It's something they have to learn, and it's not going to be fun. I don't know how to make stuff fun for brushing the teeth. Mine hate it. They don't have a choice. I just do it, and I'm like, knock it off. I just don't, my dogs don't like a slicker brush. Get over it. But I don't hurt them. I'm gentle with it. Like, I mean, I don't hurt them or what. I don't baby my dogs. I love them, and I baby them, and I play with them when it's time. But when it's work, my dogs know. That's why Reba was so great on the table the other day, because she knows there's just no option. I mean, but the reward after that, hey, Starla. Yeah, so you just kind of pull them back. I use the chin hair, and I kind of just pull down a little bit. The other way you can do it is you just open up the mouth on the side and get in there and start. Hi, Gina. You just start getting in there. And yes, finger brushing is amazing, Christine. I was just going to talk about that. So mine hate it. There is that thing that you can fit right on here. Do, and put the stuff on there and and then I hold them by the chin and just get in there. And they hate it and they don't like it. And I'm just like, whatever. The other thing is you can get, I don't know how good it works. I actually, let me show you. Hold on. I use it at my grooming shop. Hold on. I'm going to get it. Oh. This is what I use. They say no brushing needed. But can you see this? Fresh dental. No brushing. Supposedly, you just have to put it on the gums and it works. I don't figure that's the thing. So I use this, and hi Gina. I put it on the little finger thing and that's how I do it. But we need to really, and it's not even just about brushing. You have to be able to get in your dog's mouth and look around. Oral health is super, super, super important. And if something doesn't look right, you got to check it out. You got to get in there and you got to look around, because sometimes dogs won't let us know. And we have a family right now that we're praying for and lifting up in prayer on a regular basis that's going through some oral issues with their dog. And oral health is super, super important. And I think that if you notice changes, if you notice things going on, I think that, there's professional cleaning. If you're worried about anesthesia, they have a place out here that's called Gentle Dental, and they'll actually, they do it at grooming shops. If you can get more than 4 dogs in, they can come in and they do the dogs without anesthesia, but it's called Gentle Dental. But your vets look in the mouths when you're on your regular checkup, and they should be letting you know, hey, do you need a dental and whatnot, and get it done. So, with Shorkies, because they have Yorkie in them, a lot of times what happens, and you guys don't even see it, is the teeth, actually the hair. I actually shave. Sorry, not trying to be gross. I actually shave. I just thought about something. Thank God the poop wasn't real. I didn't even wash my hands. I'm sorry. I just see the poop sitting there and I was like, I didn't wash my hands. Oh my goodness. Anyways, you lift it up, and I don't even know what I was saying. I totally lost my train of thought. Totally lost it. I don't know. What was I saying? You guys have to help me. I don't even know what I was saying. That was so gross. I had this minute of like, oh my God. Anyhow, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, dental cleaning. There's Gentle Dental. There's all that kind of stuff. So just get in there, clean, get a look. I can't believe that just happened. Like, that was like a moment of terror. Like, you have no idea. Anyhow, get in there, look. Oral health is super, super important. It's not always just about the teeth. So you want to make sure you don't see any changes. Yeah. Thank you. So what I do, God, I can't believe that. So what I do is I lift up, and you can have the groomer do that too. I actually have them shave right in here underneath. I take that hair as far as back, And the groomer can train your dog to my dogs all let me do it. And most dogs that I groom will allow me to do it because what happens is the hair gets actually wrapped around their teeth and you can't even see it. Yeah, thanks, Mary. But that's what happens is the hair gets wrapped around, especially for those that keep the face a little bit longer. You got all that hair and it wraps around the teeth and it can actually cause like gum disease and it just causes like a lot of bacteria and stuff. So you want to, my dogs are not so good at letting me look underneath and stuff, but I mean, I suppose I get in there and I look anyways. I'm just a little bit more of a hard butt when it comes to my dogs, and they have to do it. They don't have a choice. So I don't baby them when it comes to having to have that kind of stuff done. I don't do any of that. It's like, look, we're doing it and that's it. No questions asked. I stay calm. If they're freaking out, I don't care. Have them. Oh yeah, sorry. That was an SNL moment. I'm so embarrassed right now. Like I really freaked out. Like y'all don't know. Like I really freaked out. But I gotta take a sip. Hold on. So the scoop on the poop is we want to do fecal testing if it's never been done. Or if it hasn't been done in a long time, you want to get it done. Get it done. Pay your vet. Don't be cheap. Get out there, get it done. It's important. You want to know what's going on with your dog's poop because it'll tell you a lot about their health. And then the other thing is tapeworm. That's what it looks like. Tapeworm. And you're going to buy tapeworm medicine. You can get it from your vet. You can get it at Petco, PetSmart, ordered online. Just look up tapeworm medicine for the dog. And it has the size. It doesn't come in size, but it actually has the size on the back. So, and this one came with 5 tablets, should you have a bigger dog. And then we had the roundworm. And we treat that with Safeguard, which is fenbendazole, 1 cc per 5 pounds for 3 days. I would do it for 5 days, but 3 days is what's normal. Safeguard, you can buy same thing as that liquid, but this is just the powder form. And this one you do buy per the size of your dog. You can get it at Petco, PetSmart, ordered online, get it from your vet. I'm sure they'll carry it. And if it's not that, it is panacur. Safeguard and panacur are the same thing. You can order this online for the size of your dog. Hookworm you cannot see. Whipworm you cannot see. This will treat it. Every 3 months. It's a good idea. Worm your dog every 3 months. And then, of course, if you're in a state or in an area that has heartworm issues, HeartGuard is one of them that they use. That's what heartworm looks like. You don't ever want your dog infested with heartworm because it could be a death sentence. And that's it. That's the scoop on the poop. You got it? That was scoop on the poop. Now you are informed. What's the scoop on the poop? Now you are informed. All right, questions. Questions. Bring them on. I'm ready. Thanks, Laura. I have somebody you're going to want to see, though. There's a special guest here. So I'm just going to wait for some questions. And if we don't have any, then I'm just going to let you meet somebody. Poop-tastic. I know y'all are screenshotting these. Are going to hold it. You're pooped out. Yeah, HeartGuard is good. Yeah, Revolution does it if you're on Revolution. It takes care of heartworm because it's all one thing. But I know you're out there in Florida, so you have to... You guys definitely have it out there. Heartworm and stuff. So, when poops change, I don't mess around. So, if you got diarrhea, get to the vet. Depending on the size of your dog, too, they can get dehydrated so quickly. It's not something to mess around with. So, but if you start seeing some changes in your dog's poop, take a look at it. Make sure you don't see anything in it. and then scoop some up and take it to the vet and drop it off because they're going to need a fecal test anyways. So just, even if it's diarrhea and whatnot, stress can cause, really good example of this is when puppies first go home, even though there's nothing wrong with them, a lot of times they'll get diarrhea. And I always tell them if there's a little blood or a little, just relax, just wait. Because sometimes the stress of a new environment, change in their lives, a lot of stuff. Winnie, when we had to put Winston down, sorry, I just get emotional, but when we had to put Winston down, Winnie, it was horrible. She had diarrhea, explosive. But it was all due to stress. Yeah, poop inspector. Yeah, what's the scoop on the poop? I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, pooping is a really informative process. It really, really, really does help. I mean, don't ever overlook it. I came home last night and I need to make an appointment to come see you. I want to show you Bentley's lumps. Hold on, I gotta see more, Rhonda. Hang on, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. Yeah, just call me tomorrow. I'll send you my phone. I'll message you my phone number. Just call me tomorrow, Rhonda, and we'll figure out when you can come by. Because I do want to see him. All right. Well, with that said, I'm getting ready to let you see somebody. So, as I mentioned to you guys before, we have a real special needs puppy that has, of course, stolen everybody's heart that has met her, whether it was at the vet's office or, in my home. Her name is TT, and her name is Tiny Tot. So we call her TT for short. She is blind. I'm bringing her. Hang on. She is blind. She might see a little bit of shadows, but not very many. I mean, she literally will go right into a wall. She can't see, but she doesn't know that. She has hydrocephalus. A little bit of water on the brain is what that is. And she's so tiny. And at first, her little legs were going out behind her. It's called knuckling. And almost like a swimmer puppy, if you would. Like her little back legs would go out like this and stuff. But those are getting better. We have her on carpet now where she's in a big playpen, but there's carpet down so she can grip. So that's not as bad. She does this thing where she has to shake her body and then off she'll go. And so, but she surely is a joy to have. And, sometimes even in those times where, hey, Robin, even in those times where you just kind of like, Lord, why is this going on? And why I try to do everything I possibly can to provide healthy puppies and bring healthy puppies into the world. But sometimes God will put something in your path that you just kind of have to stop and say, okay. But she has no idea that the world is not wonderful. And she has no idea that there's anything wrong with her. And she has no idea that life isn't any other way than what she knows. So, yep, her name is TT. I'm going to let you guys meet her. And so just say a prayer for her when you guys think about her and stuff like that. Because she's got some testing down the road that we're going to have to do for her. And make sure her liver's okay. And see what we can do with this I don't think there's any cure for hydrocephalus. But she may just be this way her whole life. She did have what we believe is a seizure. So she's doing okay, but we just kind of have. So without further ado, hi, Titi. How you doing? You gotta come up here. Well, Titi, it's your puppy. Is this my puppy? You have to say hi to everybody. She's literally like 1 pound, 5 ounces. Hi. Oh, there's your mama's girl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi, Crystal. You say hi? You say hi? Can you say hi? She doesn't really move around a whole lot because she can't see, but but when she's up in our face, she'll, look at your good girl. She'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you show the eyes? You see her eyes? Yeah, she's pretty special. So we just hope that, we'll figure it out, and until, see, her legs just went out from behind her. She's wagging her tail. Well, you can't like that. She just can't. She just doesn't know. Like, she doesn't know there's anything even wrong with her.
What's that? Where's the kisses? Oh, there's so many kisses for me. Everybody loves you, TT. Everybody loves you. Yeah, everybody loves you. Yes. Yes. You're a special girl. Yes, you're a special girl.
Yeah. And she'll do that. She'll just kind of rest her nose up against you. And just, that's it. She's just a love. All right, guys. Well, listen, I know it wasn't as long as before, but, next week. So, next week is going to be really great because I'm actually ordering, I have to do that this week. Hopefully you'll be here for next week, but I'm sure. Oh, did you kissing me? Okay. I'm sorry. I know it's your favorite thing to do. I'm ordering a test that is an oral mouth swab for allergies. And there's so much information that I have. One of our dogs is actually going through some stuff that we have, some issues, and is going to be hopefully entered into a dermatology process. But there's the food, there's a lot of stuff. So I know people have problems with itching and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how this allergy test thing works and actually wait for the results, which will be super cool. And then we'll talk about a few more things. But yeah, I really want to kind of address the whole skin itching thing. And then we can talk about coat textures and stuff too, because I think sometimes people think Shorkies all look alike, and they don't. They all have different coats. They all have different textures. There's reasonings for that. It actually comes down from the Yorkie side. And I'll get more into that next week and stuff. But definitely want to talk about itching and allergies and what you can do to kind of help. So, yeah. Anyhow, I hope you guys have a great, great night. This is the Poop Chick signing off. What's the scoop on the poop? I hope you know what's the scoop on the poop. I love you guys. Thanks for your support. See you next Tuesday.